Today I'm going to present two different cases for how the value of a field can be dependent on other field. We're gonna start with our first case and we're gonna create a table by searching table and under system definition tables. We're gonna click new. We're gonna put a name to our table. We're gonna name it product SP. And we're gonna submit. Now we're gonna check the product SP. We're gonna open. And now we're going to create two fields. We're gonna start with the first one. And it will be type choice. I'm gonna name it category. It's gonna auto-complete the column name. And I'm going to click save. I'm gonna add the choices our category. So we'll have hardware as value and sequence 100. We're gonna click submit. And we're gonna add software. Sequence 200. And we're gonna click submit. Now we have set up our first field. We need to set up the second field, which will be dependent on this field. So I'm gonna go back, product SP, configure. I'm gonna click here and configure table. And now I'm gonna click new. I'm gonna select it as choice. I'm gonna name it subcategory. This will be dependent on the category. This is auto-completed. We can save it. And we go on advanced view. And we're gonna check the dependent field, use dependent field. We're gonna check this as true. And we're gonna click the field subcategory. We're gonna select it. And we're gonna save this. And we're gonna start adding choices. So I'm gonna click new. I'm gonna say laptop 100, and in order for this to be dependent on the first one, I need to put the dependent value. This will be hardware. So whenever I select hardware, I should see the option laptop. Save. Now I'm gonna click new, add the second option, which would be monitor, sequence 200, and dependent value. This will also be dependent on the hardware. I'm gonna click submit. Now I'm gonna click new, and I'm gonna add Photoshop. Sequence 300, dependent value. I'm gonna say software. Submit. Now I'm gonna click again new, and I'm gonna add one more value, Office 365, Office 365 or 100 sequence, and this is dependent on software. I'm gonna click submit. We have done the setup for our table. I'm gonna click on all. I'm gonna open the product SPS, and I'm gonna click new. And I see here category and subcategory. And when I click on the category, I can see hardware and software. And when I click on the subcategory, it would be none, because I didn't do a selection on the category. So now when I click again on the category and I select hardware, on the subcategory, I should see laptop and monitor. If I change to software, I should see here in the subcategory Photoshop and Office 365. If I go back to none, I should see none. Let's try and insert a record here. I'll click submit. It worked. We can open our record. So this is how the dependent value works on the backend, on the table actually. Now for our second case, I'm gonna try to do the same dependent thing, but we're gonna do it on the front end. So in order to do that, we're gonna go on the catalog items. So maintain items, and we're going to create a new item. I'm gonna name this product request item. Now I'm gonna save it. Okay. Now we're gonna create the same variables that we had on the product SP table. So I'm gonna click new. And I'm gonna select type. This will be select box. Order 100. Question. This will be the category. This is auto completed, and I'm gonna save it. We have here annotations for show help, help text, help instructions. We have type specification, and we can choose product SP, and we can choose the field category, and we're going to specify include none and unique values, and it's going to bring the values from this table from the category field. We have the default value, we have the auto populate. This is in case you do a selection on another field and you want to automatically populate this field, but we're trying to use the dependency. And we have permissions and availability. So I can save this. Now I would go back on the catalog item and create a subcategory. I'm gonna click new. This is going to be also a select box. 200. Subcategory. It's automatically populating, and we're gonna go to type specification. We're gonna choose the table, product, SP, and field subcategory. Include non-unique values, and submit. Now we can try our catalog item, try it. And I can open the category, see non-hardware and software, subcategory, non-laptop monitor, Photoshop, Office 365. These are the values that we stored on the table. If I select hardware, nothing will happen here. If I change to software, nothing will happen here. If I go back to none, it will be the same. So when you want this subcategory to be dependent on the category in the front end, we are gonna need to use a catalog client script. which is here, catalog client script, and we're gonna create a new one, new, and I'm gonna select for the type. This catalog would be as type on change. So every time the category is gonna change, the list of values for the subcategory will be updated. I'm gonna put here name on change category. Applies to catalog item, active, desktop, mobile, and service portal. I want it for all. Now, first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna remove the options. So we're gonna use remove option from the subcategory, and we're gonna specify the value which is gonna be laptop. We also need to remove all of remove option. We're gonna need to remove also the monitor. We also need to remove the Photoshop, and I'm gonna remove also the last option, which is Office 365. After we remove these options, this will happen on change. I'm gonna check if the new value, we have here the new value that we selected on the category is equal to hardware, and I'm gonna do gform.setValue for the subcategory, and we need to specify the subcategory field, which is this one, and the value and the display value. So our value will be laptop and the display value will be laptop. And we do the same for set value subcategory, and we put here monitor. Now this is whenever the category is hardware. Now we need an if whenever the category is software. And I'm gonna do gform.setValue subcategory. I'm gonna specify Photoshop and the label Photoshop, and I'm gonna also set the value for subcategory Office 365 and Office 365, and I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna open the catalog item from here in another tab. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna click on the category. We're gonna see hardware and software, which is normal, and we're gonna click on subcategory, and we see all of the options. And let's check when we change the value to hardware, the subcategory should change, and it's changing to none. That means we didn't do something correctly. Now we need to check this by going back on the client script, and I'm gonna remove the, we have triple equal, which is checking the type, and I'm gonna remove that for type. I'm not gonna do the type validation if it's string and string. I'm gonna let it be like this. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna go back on the product, refresh the page, click on the category, click on the subcategory, select the hardware, select the subcategory, and it's not there. So this kind of situations could happen. In order to see what's happening, we can actually debug it, and we're gonna put here an alert, and I need to see the new value to be displayed. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna back on the product request item. I'm gonna refresh the page. I'm gonna select the subcategory, and I see it, hardware, and none. Okay, let me copy this and put it inside the if. I want to see if our code goes there. Save it. I'm gonna refresh this. I'm gonna select again the hardware. It's gonna display the alert, so he's inside. I'm gonna click on the subcategory and nothing is displayed here. So let me go back here. It's oh yeah, we set the value. We did not use the option. We need to use set option. Set option. That's the right one. Set. So I need to check gform dot set option. Add option. Add option. This is the one. This is the one that we need to use here. We need to also use add option here, add option here, add option here. And these are the options that will be visible. Now, if we save it, go back here, refresh the page, hardware, we need to remove the alert, and we see the options are coming up, and we can select it. Going back here, I'm gonna remove this alert, and while I'm here, you also notice that when you're on none, you can also see the options. That means the values are not removed when the page is loading. So this code right here needs to execute here on inside this if is loading. So I'm going to create a function, reset option. I'm gonna copy this code here, and I'm going to call the function here. So whenever the category is changing, it's gonna reset the options, and whenever the page is loading, it's gonna also reset the options. I'm gonna save it. And now if we go back on the requested item, refresh the page, we see hardware software, and here it's none because I did not select yet a category. If we select hardware, we're gonna see laptop and monitor. If we select software, we're gonna see Photoshop and Office 365. So if I click none, it's none. It's the same behavior that we have on our table. So in order to achieve what we achieved in case one, we needed to use this client script to get the same result on the front end as it was in the back end. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like it, please subscribe to our channel.